Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl, Becky D, live in the morning, 7 days a week, 7 a.m. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I had to find some of my own strength this morning, man. It's been a rough one. So I did a common thing that everybody does. Go out, go get groceries, come back, right? Went out just to get some essentials that I needed, like, common things. And I was probably 2 seconds into my shopping experience, and my eyes started to water up real bad. I couldn't really see out of it. It got real bad. I got home. I kept sneezing. Almost used up a whole box of tissue. I think I double dosed on my allergy medicine. Pollen is real, y'all. And my doctor warned me before the season came about. She said, this is not going to be good for you. And boy, was she right. I wasn't exposed to outside for that long. And it whooped my butt. So y'all be careful with all this pollen on the ground. Because it's definitely kicking butt and taking names. So now that I see that she wasn't playing and she wasn't lying and that it's going to be rough, I'm going to have to suit up and get a little bit stronger before the next time I go out. If y'all have any suggestions, feel free to drop me a line, send me a message, and let me know, okay? Because your girl can't do that again. Like, it's to the point where I legit set up the podcast in my bed today. Yep. Because, yeah. The way I kept sneezing, and I really think I OD'd on my allergy medicine. Because I couldn't remember if I took it yesterday morning. And, for those of you who have ever taken a Benadryl, that feeling you get when you take a Benadryl, I wasn't taking Benadryl, but the feeling I felt like I had an out-of-body experience. But the sleep was good. And I think that's what I'm still like kind of in that out-of-body experience right now. So I prepare after I finish with the podcast today to just simply lay back down for a little bit and get my consciousness back, because unfortunately I do need to go out one more time, because every store I went to that I could think of yesterday did not have what I need. And I did some searching, and there's one store that does. So I am going to quickly go there, and then I'm coming back in. I'm not passing go. I'm not collecting $200. I don't think I need to go back out. I'm just playing. I got to go back out tomorrow too. But it's time to suit up, okay? And people think that I pick these topics just, she just randomly come up with stuff. Nah, it's by design, baby girl, baby boy. All right. When the doctor and I met and we discussed my new allergens, not my new allergens, but the allergies that I did not know about. Let's say it like that. Nothing's ever new. It's just something that you didn't know about. Does that technically make it new? I think we need to just find the word new in a different way. I was watching something, and I'm going to make the clean version of it because my podcast is not that type of podcast. But he was, the young lady said, I need you to find me somebody new. And so the other young lady looked at her and she said, I'm sorry, I don't know nobody you, but I can get you slightly used. I thought that was funny. Because we got to think of it like that. The stuff that we struggle with is not new. It's been done before. It's been conquered before, achieved before. But we look at it as new. We want a new man, a new woman. Unless they've been being a nun or a monk, they ain't new. They ain't a newborn baby. So the perceptive the perception that she had looking at it really, really made it funny to me. Okay. There's truly nothing new under the sun. This right here, it ain't new. This little whatever it is, it ain't new. It's just the reaction is different now. So we have to prepare a little differently. We need to use this time and prepare wisely, because these wars that we fought in the past and slightly present, they're not new. They're just being prepared differently. They're being looked at differently. There's something different about it. And one thing mostly is technology. Over the years, if you notice, if you follow wars, history buff here, y'all, I'm just saying, the technology changed. Not necessarily the tactics. The tactics had to change because technology changed. But it's nothing new. Okay? I'm just glad we don't use musket guns anymore. Just putting that out there. We'll be here all year trying to load a gun. But I say all this to say is that we're becoming stronger and better and more fit, not for something new, but for something that has already been around. So that means you can reach out to somebody who's done it, who's seen it, who's tackled it, who's been a part of it, and ask them for genuine help, tips, strategies, whatever the case may be. She told me to give her a call if I felt like I couldn't handle it. I'm going to try it one more again before I was like, hey, so what was your plan? Because I think I'm going to like it. Oh, my goodness. I mean, y'all, it was to the point. I drank my hot tea and I wrapped up. I had a blanket. I had my socks on. I had long pants on. I didn't have a long sleeve shirt. And I was just sitting there. And that's when I started to feel the out-of-body experience. Yeah. So, I mean, this is nothing new to my life. I've had allergies all my life. Nothing new at all. So I'm very familiar with seasonal allergies and being allergic to something. But I really don't remember. I take that back. I do remember a time. This right here is how I know that you can get your body stronger, okay? It was about, I want to say, no, it hasn't been a decade. No, I don't think it has. I want to say I was Giselle. It's been close to a decade. Let's just say it like that. We're rounding. Allergy season. And my mom was making me laugh. And let me pause real fast. I do have a father. Okay, he's very active in my life. But a lot of the funny stories and stuff happens with my mother. So that's why I mention her so much. Shout out to my dad. Love you, man. Okay. Don't feel any type of way. June might be your month. I feel like there's a few stories, man. I can't remember. Okay, back to the story. But she was making me laugh. And I started, wheezing a little bit. Couldn't catch my breath. I was having a weak moment. And, didn't pay any attention. Pushed to the side, kept going. And it's like, for like a few weeks, I noticed it was hard for me to catch my breath. I, laugh, telling jokes or whatnot was a no-go. Talking to people, sometimes I couldn't do it while moving. Like, it was a real struggle. Finally get to the doctor, and I'm in there, I'm coughing and trying to talk, and my breath couldn't catch up with me. And my doctor looks at me and she yells and she says, "Stop it." And it stopped. And I was so mad. I was like, was that the key this whole time? But She looks at me and she was like, you've never been diagnosed with asthma. And that's not what I'm going to say that you have. But what I'm going to give you to help with what you have is something that's used for asthma. So she gave me an inhaler, and she says it's very common for this time of the year because even I have to use it when I go running. She says when the pollen and the gunk and the nasty stuff gets inside your lungs, it makes it hard for you to breathe. And she said, and that's perfectly common. But this is what we're going to do to help you get past it. So I used it for that year, and the next year I didn't need it. Now some may say, it might have been a good pollen count year or whatever, and you might have not had that much exposure. My lungs were just getting stronger. And over the years after that, my lungs were not as strong anymore because I wasn't prepared like I normally am. And so I had to reach back out, and I was like, hey, my refill is expired, and I need it back this year. Without hesitation, she hooked me up. She was like, oh yeah, I got you. And I was able to rebuild again. But again, I slacked off. The moral of this story is stop slacking off. Okay? If you play sports, what good is it to only prepare during your season? Prepare in the off season. Okay? We gonna have a lot of off seasons, y'all. Still prepare, still prep, still push forward, still keep going. Don't stop just because you feel like it's the off season and you don't have to worry about it. Okay? One thing that I'm going to continue to do is love everybody, because I really and truly love you all from the deep depths of my heart. My name is Becky D with Becky D in the Morning, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow morning.